Brett, you're riding Lucky Bubbles again in a sprint on Sunday. Just quickly looking at the form, it seems as though you and him are inseparable.
Yeah, he's a lovely horse. He's a pleasure to ride. So, and also his form hasn't really taken a step backwards. So there's no real reason for me to be wanting to get off him. I've always stated, since a Class 3 that he's my next lucky 9. So he's probably still a little way to go to put his hand up to say he's class, but I think he's shown us in the last 2 months that he's really taken steps that way.
Remember last year he ran third in a Class 1 over 1400, so he has come a fair way, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. I think the 1400 is his maximum trip. I think we tried him over a mile, and he couldn't. Obviously, everyone Hong Kong, a 4-year-old, they all want to run in a derby, so we sort of give him that chance to see if that was possible. Obviously, because he relaxes so well and he doesn't waste any energy, we thought maybe we can stretch him, but he's pretty much a natural sprinter, and we obviously gave him a break, brought him back, and what he did after his comeback from the mile was pretty impressive.
Yeah, earlier this year he ran second behind Chautauqua in the Chairman's Sprint Prize. I thought you had it won halfway down the straight.
Yeah, if I had that race over again, I would have liked to have actually probably. I'll still probably learn him a little bit from my horse too. I felt that he was under pressure a long way from home, and I thought, he wasn't really going too well. And when I sort of banged him up and asked him for an effort, he gave it to me very quickly, and he actually probably got the front too soon. So he was the sit and duck, which he beat him. I think he might have beat him a half length or a long neck, but I just felt maybe if I was a little bit more patient on him, he probably still got beaten, but I think it would have been a bit more of a race, or closer. I'm actually a little bit disappointed that Chautauqua didn't come back.
Yeah.
My boys, he's grown, he's got bigger. I think it would definitely give him a race, and the barrier draw is obviously going to be very important in about half an hour's time. So if he draws a good gate, my confidence levels will definitely grow.
What about his lead-up run in the Jockey Club Sprint? He came home strongly on the outside?
Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky gate, so I had to sort of ride him a little bit conservative. Not listen to me, he's not a duffer, he's a decent horse, and I think he's a bit more mature now. Hugh gave him a lovely ride. He's a fantastic jockey and got great hands, and he really suited that horse, and he just was so smooth, and obviously he had to drop on the speed and peeled out, and it was a smooth run for him, which I sort of had to go around most horses, so I just had to make up too many lengths and couldn't, failed, maybe a neck or whatever it was, so I can't see the horse beating him again, but as I said, barrier draws will be an issue.
All right, well, that's not listening to me who beat you the other day. What about the other horses that finished around you? Amazing Kids. He slightly disappointing.
Was last start, but it's probably understandable. He dug very deep to win over the 1,000. It was probably an unusual course for him, a bit lost, and I felt he did a real good job to gun down that horse. Like Amber Sky, he's a high-class 1,000-metre horse. Come back to somewhere near his best, I felt, on the day. So for me to come back and sort of pip him was a good gutsy win. Come out next start, and he obviously missed a kick, and he had a hard run again. Obviously I beat him just by a head, and they also said probably he should have beaten me, but my horse was a bit underdone his first time out and needed a run. So I felt he's probably maybe he was a bit unlucky, but even so I think my horse had a fair bit of improvement in him. But in his next one, I think he'd come off those two peak performances, what he did. Amazing Kids, he was a bit flat and jaded from it. Trialled the other day, look sharp. John can bring those horses back pretty quickly. He's not an aggressive trainer, and he treats them kindly. So it wouldn't surprise me him turn his form back around to somewhere near his best. I've said all last year and this year that they're the two up and comers in Hong Kong, which looks at the moment looks like that way. But he's one sort of glitch in his form. So Air Velocity, I've got a lot of respect for him. I think he's fit. He didn't have a hard run the other day. Raced a bit different. He didn't have a rail, which he loves the rail. Put him near that rail, you find a few more lengths. I think he's. For me, it was a lovely trial.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Thanks very much.